Hi everyone, Shu here. I hope you can hear me. So I am here as planned, as scheduled, to talk about a live Q&A about the devotional book. And I will post the link on here so you know for those who are not up to date about what the devotional book's about. I'll post it here. Oops. All right. So it's been there you go. So it's been probably close to 3 weeks now. I think that the devotional book came out, and and I had people ask me a lot of questions. Some people email questions in, and some people when they see me they ask me, or when they see it online they'll text me about it and ask me questions about it. So I figured I'll just go live and answer everyone's question. Hi Kimberly, thanks for being here. Can you hear me okay? My set of headphones, my the ones that look my favorite, stopped working. So I got a new pair, and I'm always not sure about my technology and whether or not it's working well. So if you can hear me, say hello. Tell me, where you're joining in. Like I said, I always say it's nice to see where everyone is located, and just to kind of give me a global perspective of where everybody's joining in from. So today, it's again, my stuff are usually very informal, so I just wanted to go live and answer some questions. And I wrote down questions that people had asked me since the devotional came out, so that I can answer all of them. And hello, hi Kim, thanks for being here, and I'm glad you can hear me. So I'll just answer a few questions that I have here. I think I have 7 that I wrote down that came up time and time again. People ask me kind of the same questions. I figure if there's that many people asking those questions, there are probably more out there who are wondering the same thing. So the first one that came more often was, when did you find time to write a book? And people know that I have 3 kids and they keep me busy. Their ages are 12, 6, and 4. And our family's pretty active. And I have a lot of things going on before even the book, this book project. So people questions like, okay, with everything going on in your life, my own health issues, and my business and my children, like, when did I have find time to write? So here is the trick, I guess, the secret. If you get the book and you read it, you'll find out that some of the stories that I put on there refer to my kids, my daughter being like, I think 8. So some of those stories were actually written long time. Some of the devotions were written long time ago and been sitting on my phone, sitting on my computer, well, on my phone too, because I do save my Google Drive on there. But I've been sitting on my computer for all these years. And there's even one story I think I wrote there. My youngest child was not even born. Hi, Latria. Thanks for being here. My youngest son wasn't even born yet, and now he's 4.5. So there were some devotions that were written long time ago, and they just sat there, sat on my computer, because I'm like, well, there's not that many of them, not enough to write a book, and I was thinking of having this big book, someday. So for years and years, the devotionals just sat on my computer. And if you followed me before even, the book was published, I did a Facebook Live. I think maybe just a few weeks ago came out, explaining why I push through, and I also talk about not putting your life. Yes, literally, I know we went through, we just let it sit, right? And I, did another Facebook Live about stop putting your life on hold. So, some of the lot of things, not just some, actually all of the things that I talk about in my Facebook Live, that I write about, that I counsel about, are usually things that I go through myself. So I've been putting my life on hold, sitting on this devotional book for years, just sitting on my computer. And all I needed was a lot of edit, probably, and adding more stuff to it, because I had written like just the first draft. So I made, and so when did I find time to write? Well, I was writing as I went. So as life came, happened, I was writing, and it just sat there. And when I became more intentional about publishing this book, I had to pull out the devotional. I added a few more. Then I had to have friends edit it. I had people who were, who I selected as person, that's where the job was, to edit the devotional. And then for each devotional, I added reflection piece to it, like questions to help people reflect about what the devotional was about and how they can apply it to their life. So that extra thing, the extra stuff I did after, once after I decided I was going to publish it, when did I find time to do it? I just made time. So it's not like I had nothing else to do. Obviously, I had a business to run, I have children to raise, I have health issues to take care of. So I made the time. I had to decide, make that decision, make that choice, that this book was important enough to be, published. This book was important enough to help someone else, and I had to create the time. So what did it look like in my life? Creating that time sometimes looked like waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and while my kids were still asleep, and trying to put in at least 2 hours of writing time before they wake up. And then sometimes, they'll go to bed around 9, or this, and sometimes 10, and then I'm up until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, still writing. And then I'll get to sleep in that morning until they wake up, hopefully, like 6 or 7 sometimes. So yeah, it's been a sacrifice. It's not like I had nothing else to do with my life, and I'm like, oh, I'll just write a book because it's the new fad or whatever. No, I was very intentional about this book needing to be out, and then very intentional about carving time to do this. I remember even sometimes I'll be at the doctor's office, waiting to be, like, in the waiting room, waiting to be seen, and I'll pull out my tablet and I'll still keep doing my edits on my tablet, because I had it on my Google Drive. So I took this book everywhere I went. Like the manuscript was with me everywhere I went. And every time I could, for 10 minutes, I could find 5 minutes, I spent that time, writing. And I think if I didn't force myself to make the time, then it would never happen. Same thing with, the next book that's coming out at the end of the month. Same thing. And that one I have to start from scratch. And it's making the time, and, not waiting for the time to be there, but it's actually creating the time to do it, because you have to do it. Hello.
Mom,
Yes.
hope you didn't give me my Chinese for trying to plums.
All right. Well, go eat your plum. Goodbye.
It was almost 8.
All right. Can you go talk to Hope then? Mommy has to finish doing this. Goodbye. Adios, mister. And if you can see, he's there eating his plums. All right. I need to shut the door.
I got my food.
Go ask Hope to give it to you. Oh, goodness. So, anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, that's my youngest complaining about his sister not giving him something, so he had to go get his own plum. I tell you, see, life keeps happening, right? And if I always wait for the perfect moment to do things, it's never going to happen, because this is my life. So, my kids were always going to be important to me. My kids are always going to be the first thing, that I carve time out for. So, yes, they're going to hop on here, kind of, photo bomb my Facebook Live, and it's totally fine, because this is life at its best. So the second question, and while I'm reading this too, for those of you who are live here with me, if you have a question you want to ask me, feel free to post it on here, and in the comments. I'll make sure that I answer that. But I'm going through some of the questions that people already have asked me, individually, and or even send me, email me about. So the second question was, why did you write this book? So, like, it goes a little bit with the first question, like, why did I write? I wrote it as I was going for life. As I was experiencing my own time with God, and and the book is called Finding God Through Everyday Life. So literally, I was living life, the life that I have right now, and life I had back then, living life, and then as I lived my life, I kept in writing about it, like my own reflection with God and time I spent with God, and that's how this book came out to be. So why did I write it? Because it was my own journaling time, and why I decided to publish it, because I figure some people out there, not just I figure, I had other people who read some of the devotions, like, what are you going to do with this? I'll send maybe one or two to a few friends, like, as they're going through stuff in life. They're like, what are you going to do with this? I'm like, I don't know. I never thought about it before. I have to think about it. But then I realized there's more people just like me. Some go through life and don't see God, or go through life and think that everything is just mundane, take every experience and just for granted. And I found out that every moment is a God moment. You go through every single moment we go through life, there's always an opportunity to find God, to see God, for who he is, and, to discover more of his beauty, discover more of his glory. So that's why I wrote the book, to share that with others, to give other ladies, other women, the opportunity to discover God as well. So that's why I wrote the book, to, so that other can, like me, find God in everyday life, and not take everything, not just for granted, but not see every opportunity as a mundane opportunity. Like there's God is everywhere, and it sees us, He knows us. And if we start finding God in every moment in our life, then every moment becomes meaningful. Oh, I think that was a treatable comment, right? If we start finding God in every moment in our life, then every moment becomes meaningful. So if you're looking for meaningful life, start finding God in the moments. All right. So the next one is who is this book for? So this book is for the woman who is looking for God in you. And actually, that for that one, I think I just want to read. I want to read actually. I think it's the third or fourth page in the book that actually answers that specific question. Who is this book for? All right. Let me go into my documents here. That way I can read it out of straight from the book because I think that says more than me trying to summarize it. Because when I wrote that, those are one of the pages I wrote. Like actually, after the book was done, I sent the manuscript for edits. Many edits. Um, and then it was way after that I sat down. And I'm like, you know what? I need to write this portion about who this book is for. So let me get to that page. Okay, so yeah, it is page 3 of the book. So this book, I'm reading a little straight from the book here. This book is for all women, no matter what stage of life they're in. This book is for the woman who wants to find God in her life. This book is for the woman who wants to see God in everything she does. This book is for the woman who believes that every moment is a God moment. This book is for the woman who is looking for the sacred in the midst of the mundane. This book is for the woman who wants to grow in a relationship with God. This book is for you. Ugh. Okay, it's like you write these things and then you don't realize when you read it, just like gives you kind of the chills. So yeah, so that's who the book is for. It's for women, but not just any woman. It's women who are very intentional about the walk with God and who, like I said, wants to find God, in the midst of the mundane and see every moment as a God moment. Um, I think I'm missing some comments here. Let me scroll down. Hi, Arlena. Thank you. Thank you for being here. For being here. All right. So the next question, but since like I hear that, I tell you, I have this whole band, of whole band behind me. But again, I wouldn't be able to do everything I do if I didn't have my kids. Honestly, they were my greatest and biggest motivation. Um, so who helped you? Who helped you write the book? Like I said, I had people who edited, and I was blessed to have people that I knew and that are in this line of work, but also honestly a lot of people who helped me with so the friend who well actually two people who did the edits. One was an English professor, one of my mentors, so she did it. She did the first edit, and then the second edit was a friend of mine who that's just one of the things that she's really good at. And I was even surprised, I was amazed of how good of an editor she was, and surprised she haven't considered that as like a career yet. But so that these are the two people who helped me, but also beyond them there's more people. Like I say, my kids every single day they motivate me to do more, to be more, because I want to leave a legacy for them. But I um, also people help me is all of you people who follow me through my journey, not just now that the book is out, but even in the hard time when I had those hard moments where I had to figure out, I will hold on to my faith or I crumble. All of you who prayed for me, you might not realize that you prayed this book into existence without even realizing it. So thank you. Thank you for doing that. But I also met amazing women on Facebook here, and we became good friends. Not just, there's many of them, so it's not just one, but there's a few women who, one of them was actually, she's a book mentor. She used to be a teacher and now she's mentoring people on writing books. And the book that I signed up to, so she became a book coach. And one of the book that I've signed up to do the coaching on was actually the stress relief book that's coming out, what, in less than 2 weeks here. That was the book that we were working on together. And she is a phenomenal lady. It's like she helped me without realizing it. So I signed up with her as my book coach to write one book, and then guess what? At the end, I'm publishing two, and because of just the support that she given me. And honestly, if any of you are looking for, or you have that book inside of you, and you're like, okay, I'm ready to publish this book, to write this book, and I need support, just let me know. I'll definitely connect you to her. And I know she has a program, another cohort, starting here in September, where she's getting a group of new authors and helping them write their first book. So that, yeah, and just part of being part of her community of over people, like-minded, individuals who were doing the same thing. They all wanted to write their book. So we were there, we were there cheering for each other and critic, the helping other, like, kind of do a group critique, I guess, going, not, just to put everybody down, but was pretty much to, to help us own our craft. If I didn't have that support, honestly, even for the book cover, it's women from actually my groups that I post picture on there, and I said, okay, what picture do you think you like best for the book cover? And I had, the women decide to help me pick. So yeah, use your tribe. You never know who's around you who can help you achieve your goals. Like I said, my friend who didn't even know I didn't even know she was editor, and I known her for like, I don't know how many years now. At least close to 7 years now. But yeah, so use the people in your network. You never know. And so writing a book is not as expensive people think. Like, honestly, I had more support than I knew was available to me. And through that support, I made more connections, and I became a better writer. I became a better person. I became a better entrepreneur just for having those connections around me. So, hello, hi Angela. I see more people here. Guys, if you have more questions, you can, post it here. I'll make sure I keep scrolling down so I can answer them. Hi, Glenda. And just going through the list of questions that people are asking me over time since the book came out, and or questions that were emailed to me before this. So the overall question was, you are doing all these things. You must be feeling better. So some people, most of you who know me know my health issues, and that, yeah, I come from afar. I mean, the past year has been really, really a very interesting year. I don't want to say that it was, difficult. It's been difficult, but also been amazing, because through all those challenges, like I said earlier, I was able to find God, to see God's hand at work, and to just grow as a person, grow as, anything I do. So yes, some things are doing better. Obviously, my speech is better. I'm here talking to you. A year ago, not even a year ago, 10 months ago, I wouldn't be able to do this, and even 4 months ago, probably not. If I'll say even up to 6 months ago, I started getting more comfortable, and my speech started getting, getting better. But I still have a lot of things I'm juggling with, and I was just looking at my schedule earlier today when I was trying to set up transportation. So I still cannot drive, since everything that happened to me. For those who don't know, I had a stroke back in November of last year. So I'm still not able to drive. So that makes it really hard, especially with my own appointments, my kids' appointment. So this week alone, I think I have what, 4 appointments scheduled, 4 or 5 for myself, and probably like 2 for my kids. And next week I have 4 appointments for myself and 3 for my kids. So yeah, that's like 7 appointments in 1 week, and then 8 in the other week. And so yeah, life is still happening. We're still dealing with a lot. I'm still dealing with a lot. But I also made a lot of progress. I came a long way. So I won't take, that for granted. So yes, I'm doing better, but I'm still pushing. There's a lot of times where I push. Like right now, I'm pushing. I had a headache since this morning because I had to juggle like so many things with transportation and trying to coordinate all of that. But here I am because I love doing this. I love, sharing what God is doing in my life and encourage somebody else in the process. And when I do the things that I enjoy, honestly, I find more energy to do it. I can be honestly so tired. There's time where I'm very tired, like my leg hurts, my head hurts, and like my whole body's ache, and I feel like I have no energy to do anything. And then someone calls or someone emails me about something that I do. It can be anything about mental health, emotional wellness, or, or the book, all the things that I'm passionate about. And then I find myself talking like I just honestly won the lottery, could I get all excited and the energy comes. Why? Because again, it's things that I'm passionate about. The more you do things that you love, honestly, the more not only life becomes enjoyable, the more you find energy to do even more of the things you love. So yes, that's kind of my story. I'm still juggling a lot, but I'm definitely, enjoying everything that I'm doing. Like Tracy, not being able to drive makes life hard. I'm not able to drive either. Oh, I hear you, my friend. Like it is really, really hard. It's hard to like depend on people, and because I guess when you have that mentality, you're such a go-getter. Like this needs to be done. I figure how to do it, and I get it done, right? And then you can't do that because this for me to get to point A to point B, I need to depend on someone else. Even if it's Uber, I need to do that. And and I can't tell you honestly how much money Uber is taking from me. Like I'm like Uber and Lyft are becoming, I don't hate them, I don't mad at them, but seriously, they're like digging my pocket here. So because I have to get places, but it is what it is, and I'm thankful that I'm able to get to the places that I can go. And sometimes it's just a matter for me, like to kind of reframing it. It's like, okay, like today, I missed my appointments this morning because by the time I figured out the transportation that was already scheduled, and then it fell through. So I had a backup plan. I always have a backup plan after. Oh, Ken, of course you're allowed to comment. Oh, geez, you're too funny. Are men allowed to? Yes, men can comment on here. I'm talking about the book. The devotion was for women, but if you're here watching me live, please do. You can comment. Um, so yeah, so after trying to juggle all of that, like I had a plan A that fell, and then plan B, my backup plan also didn't work, and then I had a backup plan of the backup plan, and that didn't work, and I'm just like, oh, it's getting late. I'm not gonna make it to my appointment, and sure enough, long story short, I didn't make it to my appointment. So I had to sit there and like, okay, as people follow me on my personal page, I literally said I just need to go hide in my room and give myself some emotional self care. And that's what I did. I went in my room and did what I do, that what I usually do to help me come up, rise up from those type of frustrations. And it's also a lot of the things that I put in the stress relief book. So I had some stressful events happen in my life, but I didn't have to let it stress me out. I got frustrated, yes, but then before it got to the point to stress me out, I had to pull aside, examine, apply the same strategies that I tell people to apply, and it made a big difference. And of course, here I'm laughing. I mean, laughing about it, although it wasn't pleasant at the moment. But it ended up being just that, a moment. It didn't have to ruin my day. It didn't have to ruin my week. It didn't have to ruin my month. It was a moment. And again, more on that, like when I do the Facebook Live about the stress relief book, that does cover a lot of this. Let me see if there's any comments here. Oops. Yes. Oh, I try this sister of your life. I know we can be almost twins, huh? Can't we? And it's amazing how God just connects you with the people, who you're so much alike. It's just like honestly divine appointments, right? Divine connections. Thank you. Yes. So oops, I'm losing my earpiece again. All right, I think I have one more question. So the last one I have here is, so what's next? You wrote this book and you're writing another one. So what's next for you? Like, what's in the works? And some people even ask like, what's next for Grace and Hope Consulting? Because they know that, I had, before I officially came an author up here, on this social space, I had, and I still have my business. So yes, Grace and Hope Consulting is still on and it's not going anywhere. Um, because that's just something else that I do and something I'm passionate about. Yes, some of the books I'll be writing will we definitely relate to my work that I do under Grace and Hope Consulting. For those who are not familiar with that, Grace and Hope Consulting is a um, my consulting firm. It's a Christian-based, person-centered, and community-focused company. I provide mental health and disability consultation and services. Um, so that's not going anywhere. It's still there. And as part of that too, I get to do a lot of trainings, travel a little bit here and there around the state to do trainings. And I enjoy doing that. So that's still that. I'm still doing group counseling, group counseling and group coaching online. I still have those programs going on. So that, like I said, it's not going anywhere. We're just going to do more and more. As far as the book goes, so there's the devotion book's been out. There's the stress relief book that's coming out, I guess, in a couple weeks here. And then there's also some book collaboration that I've been part of. One is The Beauty in My Mess, which is it's a collaboration between 30 of us women who wrote about some of the toughest things that we've been through and how God just turned that into something beautiful. That's coming this fall. And I was also asked to be part of a novel collaboration where we were writing um, a book about advocacy and just being, citizenship, being a good citizen, and standing up for what you believe in. So I wrote a piece about that called "Be the Voice," and that book will be coming up right before the elections. So it's pretty neat, and that was something I didn't even know. Like I knew the friend that's putting this book together, but I didn't even know that was something she was working on. So one day she messaged me. She's like, "Sure, I think you should do this with us." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So again, one day I stay up late at night, pretty much until 3 o'clock in the morning to finish my piece. But that's how I create the time. And after that, I was able to sleep in the morning. So I kind of catch up on sleep. Yeah. So I'm gonna see if there's no more questions. So book wise, that's what's up with the books, and then I'm sure after that I'll keep writing. I have things that I write here and there, and people ask me, "Well, are you going to write any story about your stroke?" So there's been a book that also since the stroke that I've been, I write bits and pieces here and there, and it's just like the devotional. It's a work in progress. So I'm still writing that, and it's still on my computer, and I'll keep adding to it, and maybe I don't know when that's going to come out, but definitely I'm writing on that as well. And as time goes on, I'm sure I'll keep writing after these projects are done here. But for now, at least there's like 3 books. 3 books are coming out: the 2 book collaboration, and then the stress book that where you can still read more of what I'm doing. Yes, Latrell, we need to partner up and do some workshops. I have workbooks that may be helpful to you. Awesome. Yeah, I saw your live, girl. Um, Earlier this evening about your workbook. I'm like, that's so cool. So I will have to check out your workbooks, and yeah, let's talk more. Definitely, I'll message you and we can set up a time to chat and see how we can partner. That would be so awesome. Awesome. All right, guys, I am going to sign off for today. And like I said, I post the book there for those who want to buy the book and read it. But one more thing that it's in the works still. I have a few friends who mentioned wanting to do a book study. Um, So one friend wanted to buy extra copies and just to do a book study setting on it. Someone as I mentioned, have you thought about doing this as a book study? I'm like, oh, I did not think about that, but that could be something to consider. So I am considering that to actually do a book study in September. But again, if you're interested, just say interest. If there's enough interest for the book study, then I'll do that. And honestly, my plan right now, there's not going to be any fee for the book study itself. So like if you already purchased the book, that's the only investment that you have to do. And we'll probably meet usually Sunday nights. I usually do a prayer at 9 p.m. in my prayer group, and I was just going to turn that time to prayer and book study. So as part of the prayer group, we'll discuss the book a little bit and then pray. So if you're interested in that, just comment here, let me know, and I will definitely connect with you when I set up the dates and all that. So that's it. That's all for today. That's all I got. And thank you all for being here. Thank you, Ken, Latria, Angela, Glenda, and Erlina. I really appreciate you guys connecting here with me and watching. I am going to sign off and make sure my boys go to bed and get myself ready for bed as well. All right. God bless. Bye.